Guys, another video of just a walk around. I kind of showed you before, like the little puffing on each of the rotors. I'm hoping it's good. I should have tested it again before when it got here, but I was like, screw it. You know, if it has to be rebuilt, there's no way in heck I'm gonna be able to prove it and get it to Mazda and have them be like, oh here, let me test the motor outside. So this is kind of where I'm at now. I took off the front oil feed and it's continuously draining. I mean, this is like a frog tape dispenser, but I've got, it's about a third of the way full in this oil pan now of all the oil that drained out of here. I guess that's good, right? Like you said, or like I said in the other video, I have the compression at each of them. Now, this is kind of so people can get an idea of how the three rotor is set up. You've got, you know, the rear iron, obviously, as any rotary motor has. You've got another housing right here, or a housing. You've got another iron, a housing, and this is where it gets different. Right here, if you see this, this is a thick iron. Now this is what a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's so expensive. It's like $1,500 just for this thing for a used one in crappy condition. That's how much I've seen it go for. You've also got the, you know, I guess it would be the front housing, and then another front iron, and then the front cover. So front cover right here. You get the oil pan that runs the distance and the tension bolts. So that's pretty much it. I'll kind of make another walk around video of what I've all taken off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking off this lower intake manifold and obviously the upper intake manifold. I'm debating if I should polish this yet or if I should just get it, you know, media blasted and then powder coat it a different color so it's, you know, it's a specific one for the heat when powder coating that one. But this right here, I'm gonna get the lower intake manifold, a short lower intake manifold from Excessive. They're pretty cool. I was talking with Rich over at Excessive, and just for the lower part itself is around $800. I guess these things go for anywhere from $400 to $550 just for this lower intake manifold if you sell it itself. So I guess, I mean, depending on what people want to do with it, if they want to take the cheaper route, so to speak, they'd get that. But I don't know. I just want to get something that doesn't have all these hideous crap on it. I want something that looks clean, and I'm deleting all the emissions crap or whatever off of here, so there's really no need to do it. The only alternative to keeping this and I guess saving $400 would be to take it all apart, send it over to Defined Auto, and what they do is they chop it down, I think 1.5 inches or an inch, whatever the short manifold is from Excessive, and what they'll do is they'll just kind of re-weld everything together. They charge, I think Logan was saying, like $450, but the problem with that is that there's a wait time. The wait time with Defined is so stupid. I mean, I'm not saying stupid in a bad, well, I guess I am saying stupid in a bad way, but dang, it's like 3 months out just to get a manifold, or even like the motor mounts, 3 months out. So as far as I'm aware of, Defined is the only one that I can have the motor mounts so I can keep and not alter the subframe of my RX-7, which is cool. I know Excessive, they sell mounts that are 320 bucks. The problem with that is that you have to either modify your subframe or you're gonna have to rock their rack conversion or whatever the heck they do with it. With Defined, the only thing you have to do is modify the oil pan, and you have to shave some stuff off of the power steering bracket. The problem, I guess with me, I'm rocking an 87 T2 manual rack, which I'll show you in another video when I'm getting closer to dropping it in. But basically, I won't have to worry about that because I'm not rocking AC, power steering, nothing. It's just going to be straight out manual rack and then side mount and electric water pump, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, so as I was saying, I'll take a walk around now. This is kind of, I started basically labeling all the stuff that I could. Like I said, I don't know, maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong about these. I just said they're temperature sensors. I could be wrong. I have no clue if it's anything like the 13B or not. I'm kind of clueless to 20Bs. Yeah, I guess. Wait, it's bad. But I got some of the stuff on the starter harness. Well, some of the stuff, I guess only two of the alternator stuff. And then walking around here, you'll see like the O2 sensor, and I've got the air pump also labeled. Now these are just the gas lines, so I'll have return and delivery and all that vacuum shit. I guess the map sensor I could always do already, but what I'll do is walk around here, and these things are crazy. Like, look at this. This is one of the hoses, if you can look at it, and it's like, look at this. If you can't, I mean, take my word, but this thing is not even hard. It's still rubberized instead of, as most people know with rotaries, what they'll do is they'll get so hard it turns into like plastic. So even these lines right here, these things are like rubber, like the vacuum lines, which is crazy. So it's always a good sign, I guess, in my opinion. But so I was walking around here. I'm gonna change this out. I have a Brady elbow, and I guess the throttle body on the 20Bs are similar, or closely similar to the FD one. So I'll take it off and figure it out. I'm probably gonna go with a different throttle body, like just a single one, so it doesn't have those butterfly crap. And then walking around here, once again, it's kind of hard to see because of my lighting, but right here is where my alternator relocation kit's gonna go. I have a sheet of aluminum over there that I'm gonna cut out and have everything done. My dad will fabricate everything for the bracket for the alternator to hold on there, and then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna run the belt. But yeah, walking around here again, all these belts or all these pulleys will be off on mine. The only one that I'm gonna have is let's walk around to the other side. The only belt that I'm gonna have is this one right here, which is kind of the main one. But like I said, I probably won't be running this water pump. I'll be running an electric water pump, so this whole thing is gonna come off. And then I have to figure out how or what belt I'm gonna use to run the alternator and then the crank. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that yet. I'm kind of, it's still up in the air. I'm gonna go on the forums and check everything to see what's going on with that. But other than that, that's basically it. I've got, like I said, some stuff labeled. I've got like the air pumps labeled and such. I'm just starting, so it's gonna be a long process, but I'm hoping that I can get to Power Cruise this year, 2015. We'll see. I mean, it's a substantial amount of money yet I gotta throw in this thing to get it running and to get everything working. I'm not sure if I mentioned in my other videos, but I did order, or I did already pick up an Adaptronic 1280 ECU. I'm running 6 ID 1000 injectors as well as full function engineered rails. So I'm gonna have to redo my fuel lines. I'll probably be posting a lot more things up for sale, but we'll see how it goes. But until then, stay tuned and make comments if you feel like it.